Well, welcome back to Barnstorming Garage yet again. We're back on the Jeep. We have replaced the carburetor, we've replaced the ignition coil, we've replaced the CDI, we've verified that we have spark, we replaced the ignition switch. It still won't start. So Tribal Motorsports been good to us again. They said these engines will not run if they're below 70 PSI compression. So Mickey gets to learn how to do compression tests today. If it's not that, the timing could be off, and they send us a little how-to to look at timing on this, so we'll get to looking at those. I didn't have a compression tester that fit such a small spark plug, so we got over to O'Reilly and bought one that fits right there. So that's the one we got to do, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, make that snug. And then that needs to thread down into your cylinder.
I'm assuming I have to press this button for the compression to work.
No, that releases the compression. We turn the key to make the compression work. So screw that into there. But here, what you do is...
Into where?
So what you do is you go like this. That threads into the spark plug hole. Nope,
So
into the spark plug hole.
Oh.
And I gotta make sure we got juices.
Juices?
No, we do not. Oh, someone left the ignition on the on switch.
Really?
Yeah.
You probably.
It's not like every other time that we do this. We always gotta jump start the battery.
I've done that. You want to know something? When I ran out of gas, I think, I accidentally left the ignition on, and I got so terrified. That was the first time that I think we had to jump start the Jeep. I cannot get this thing in here. And I'm gonna be smart about it.
This battery has juice, so let's use this one.
Yeah,
You got that threaded on?
what?
You got that threaded on?
I'm trying to. It's taking forever. It doesn't want to go in there. Is it supposed to go in all the way?
It's supposed to go till it stops.
I can't even get it into the first thread.
Well, unscrew it and take the hose off and see if you can just throw it.
I already did that.
You can't even get it in there?
No. Like I grab it sometimes, but it's like cross-threading it.
Don't cross-thread it.
I don't want to
We'll
do
never
that.
get a spark plug in there again. Let me see.
That feels cross-threaded. It is not cooperating.
There it goes.
You got it?
Yeah.
Finally.
It definitely had to be the correct angle. You gotta get it to where there's no leaks. So keep threading this thing until it stops. There we go. Now
This thing.
it goes right there. And I gotta get jumper
Why does it
cable.
sound like that? Oh,
Jumper wire cable things.
what?
Oh, there. Let's
Okay.
test it out. See what happens. We're looking for 70 or more.
Just about 45.
45. That's it. That's all we got. So what's wrong? What's wrong with this thing?
Piston something? So
Piston rings?
Piston rings.
Yep. Which means what?
We don't have to rebuild the engine?
We do have to rebuild the engine.
I thought
We
it
at
was
least have to do the piston. We got to pull the piston and the cylinder out, which we can pull. This motor, we should be able to pull the jug straight off of the bottom end. So we shouldn't have to do anything to the crank or anything like that, but we do need to pull the jug off of the piston. We put new rings on it. We're gonna have to hone that jug out.
I thought that if it was under 70 psi, we wouldn't have to rebuild the engine. If it was
No.
above,
You need 70 or the minimum is 70. It's supposed to be more than 70. These engines, they said, will not run under 70 psi compression.
then we should have tested that before.
We didn't have the fitting. Remember, we tested compression. How did we test compression before?
A finger.
I put my thumb over it and you turned it and it pushed my thumb away, right? I knew there was compression, but we didn't know how much compression and we didn't know the minimum requirement for this motor. Tribal Motorsport helped us with that. So we get to pull the motor out of your Jeep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna order the parts first.
More pain, suffering.
And then we're gonna pull that thing out of there. So there's the challenge with Coolster, Challenger 125cc. We've had it for 2 years and Mickey's probably driven it for 7 months. So,
That's what happened last time. I
We
only
need to
drove
get this
for
thing going. We got snow out there and it's time for gluten-free donuts. Right?
That's what Uncle Eric calls it.
Just so you want some gluten-free donuts?
Yeah, we also
Okay.
have to fix that.
All right, well, that's where we're at. We're going to be tearing into this motor. We'll share that video along the way. But I'll get some parts ordered from Tribal Motorsport, and we'll get to go and figure out what in the world happened. When we take it apart, we'll show what we found. But guessing it's just cheap material, cheap metal in there that gave up very quickly. Very few hours on this little thing. So, well, that's what we're doing. Thanks a lot. We appreciate y'all. Keep coming back. We'll keep sharing as we continue to go on. So
Yay.
we'll still share our opinions about this little Jeep as we get it going. But I think that if we build it right and we know that we built it, I think we'll be able to get years of work out of this thing. So that's the plan. All right, take it easy. Like, subscribe, do all the things that are good for us. And
Notification bell. Yeah,
notification bells.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you'll hear about it next
God
video.
bless and take her easy.
Yay.